So I'm always sharing what happens outside, but I thought I'd give you a little glimpse of what happens on the inside. So I've got all my squash that I've collected in the past 2-3 days, and I cut everything up, and in the pint-sized jars I added a half a teaspoon of pickling salt. In these quart-sized jars, I added a full teaspoon of pickling salt. So before you come after me, I know that the USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, does not recommend that you can squash. But my mama did it, my grandmama did it, and I'm sure my great-grandmama, my great-great-grandmama, I'm sure they all did it. That's how they preserve their food. So that's how I do it in my kitchen. My kitchen, my rules. So I've now filled everything up right at 1 inch of headspace, and I'm gonna get my pressure canner ready. So before any time I pressure can, I double check my seal. I wash my seal after every canning, just to make sure that everything looks good. This little hole here, I will hold up to the light and make sure that you can see through it. And I can. And so now we are going to add water to our pressure pot, and I am going to come up to about 1.5 inches. So there's cold water in my jars. So cold water goes in the canner. Cold jars, cold water in the jars. Have to put cold water in the canner. If you're going to do a brine and the brine's going to be warm, you want to have warm water in your canner to start. And that's where I want to be, so we're good. And then the next thing I'm going to do is clean my rims. So I'm going to use a little bit of vinegar, and I'm just going to go around every one of them. You want to make sure your rims are nice and clean, free of any debris, so when we put our lids on, that we'll get a really good seal. So I got my rings, I got my seals, and we are going to get these ready to go into the canner. So we're going to put them on, and they go on fingertip tight. And I won't bore you with all of them. I'll be right back. So we have our first layer in the canner. Now we're going to go in with a layer 2. Second layer's all set. We're going to turn the stove on high and add the lid. Okay, so lid's on, and now what we're going to do is we're going to wait on the pressure to build up. A lot of people will tell you look for steam to constantly be coming out of this and time it for 8 minutes. That is not what I do. I wait for this to pop up. Then that means you've been going for at least 8 minutes because there's enough pressure in your pot. Once this pops up, I'm going to add my weight. For my elevation, I want to be between 10 and 11 pounds of pressure. When I hit those 11 pounds of pressure, I will time these for 20 minutes. So I tried to get it quick enough for you to see. It just popped up. So now we're ready to put our weight on. I knew it was getting ready to because it was steaming pretty hard. So we're going to take our weight, carefully put it on, and now we're going to wait for our pressure to come up between the 10 and the 11 mark for our altitude, and then we're going to start our timer for 20 minutes. We've made it up to 5 pounds of pressure. So we are right between 10 and 11 pounds of pressure. So we're going to turn the stove down to low. This is usually about where mine needs to be to hold that. I'll keep an eye on it. I'm actually starting dinner, so I have to be over here with it. And we'll keep an eye on it and we'll come back. So I'm cooking 2 pots of sauce for spaghetti tonight. This one will be a meat sauce. This one will be a vegetarian sauce. My daughter does not eat meat. So we've started off with a little bit of avocado oil, onions, and different colored peppers. And we're getting ready to add some garlic. For vegetarian, we're going in with squash and zucchini. So our meat sauce is ready for the garlic. Give that a quick stir and we're going to throw in the meat. So different pasta sauces are going to get different. We're going to do them differently. Let me get that out there. To the vegetarian, we're going to add a jar of my pasta sauce. To the meat sauce, we're going to add a jar of crushed tomatoes, and then we'll build on that. To the meat sauce, I'm adding ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, hot sauce, and tomato paste. I'll probably use the rest of that. That's probably about 2 tablespoons. To both, we're going to add about a teaspoon of paprika, a heaping tablespoon of chili powder. This is my trick for very good pasta. That should be enough. I take my basil, I put it in avocado oil, and I freeze it in the freezer. So then you just break off about a tablespoon of this and put in both. So that will melt down in both. Last but definitely not least, my secret seasoning. But I do have a video on it if you want to go check that out. It does have salt and pepper in it, so that's all we have to do. I'm going to put just about a teaspoon of sugar in the meat sauce, but none in the pasta sauce. She's requested black beans in the veggie sauce, so we're going in with black beans. And that's it for this pasta sauces. The secret to these being absolutely amazing is low and slow till dinner time. So that'll be about 4 hours. So 20 minutes is up. Turned her off. She'll cool down. This will go down. When that goes down, we remove this, remove the lid. We'll put our jars on the counter to cool, say, for the next 6 hours. And this is the finished product. I'll let them sit here for a couple hours, and then we will date them and add them to the pantry. And so here is my pantry stash. And we have more on this side. Thanks for watching.